Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. Today we're going to be talking about linking to our moods. Now this is a very complicated video for me to shoot because I don't want to cross too many lines because we'll start going into clinical. So I'm going to keep this real simple. I'm going to keep this really human, really pedestrian. We're talking everyday stuff, not anger management, not depression. I'm going to leave that to the doctors to handle. We're going to be talking about everyday human, everyday living moods. The ones that affect your mind, body, soul, spirit, and health. Wellness, that's the balance, right? We want to keep everything in balance. So today I'm going to talk about the moods and how they affect your balance and what you can do about it. Now, general mood management, and that's what I'm going to call this, mood management, is really essential. It starts with the physical. Yes, the mental and the emotional come into play later, but let me show you how this works. On the physical level of your moods, yes, sleep. Can I just tell you, sleep, most important. Hydration, doubly important. Diet and exercise. I'm going to leave that to the experts too. You already know that you need to eat healthy and exercise and do all of these things. Vitamins. I can't stress enough B vitamins for stress management because you need to manage your stress because the stress can actually affect your mood and take you from one mood to another. All of these physical things that you need to do for yourself actually keep your physical well-being in check. When we have our physical well-being in check, that is our foundation. That is I like to look at it like building a house. We are pouring the concrete. We're letting the concrete slab happen. That's the physical platform from which we're going to springboard from, for which we can build the framing and the sheetrock and the roof and all of the carpet and all of that stuff. That comes later. That foundation of the physical health is essential to propel us into our mood management. Now, mental and emotional mood management are something we don't really talk about unless it goes to the extreme of anger management or depression. I'm talking about everyday mood management as to your boundaries for mood management. Now, boundaries for mood management are pretty simple. If you wake up happy and you want to stay happy, that's where you need to set a boundary. That's like saying, I'm happy, don't ruin it, right? I mean, you don't say that. Maybe you will say that. That's up to you. I'm not responsible for that. But what I will say is to have that embedded in how you manage your mood, if that's how you want to be. Now, I'm not saying you need to be happy all the time, because that's not healthy either, believe it or not. We need to feel our feelings, right, people? We need to feel our feelings. There are days where we're feeling, emotional and maybe we're grieving or something, okay? We need to actually have those feelings, or we're reflective, or we're nostalgic, or we're having all kinds of emotions. We need to honor them, let them play out, let them, I don't want to say drive our car, but let them drive our car for a little while so we can actually have a cleanse. Having that cleansing process is really essential to your mind, body, soul, spirit, health, well-being, because even though the physical's in check, if you don't allow yourself to release, it gets bottled up. Getting it bottled up is not a good thing. So I encourage you to feel your feelings. That's your right. It's your right. But it's not your right to stay there. Not meant to drown in them. Not meant to let them paralyze you from living your life in a healthy way. So how we do mood management is we do something for ourselves every day where we're actually addressing our emotional time management. Now, emotional time management is a really funky subject because I know you know what time management is. You make out an agenda for the things that you want to get done during the day, or most of you may do that, or you have a calendar that you have to adhere to because you have appointments and you have things that you have to go do. But we don't often schedule time for ourselves. We don't often schedule time, essential time, for us to address the decompression of our day. You may veg out in front of the TV and that's fine, but you need to release all of the things that you absorb or take in during the day so that way you're not carrying them with you the next day, the next day, the next day, where they build up to where you have no emotional time management, to where your moods are affected, to where you can't function in a healthy way. And that's how we prevent this winter blues We don't need winter blues. We don't need summer blues. We don't need any of that. We can feel the blues every once in a while, sing the blues every once in a while, but we don't need to stay there. So I encourage you to create a ritual for yourself every single day where you're releasing. Now, some of you may do it through exercise, and that's great, but writing out, journal, get stuff out of your day, that's also really essential. Or having conversations where you're actually releasing and not letting everything build up to where you can actually manage it, see it, and have some perspective on some of the things that are going on in your psyche and in your soul, so you can reconcile some of the things that are feeling unresolved and address them head on to where they don't create a problem for you. And the last thing I want to say about moods is the weather sometimes can be a mood initiator. And if you are lucky enough to have 4 seasons, I highly encourage you to embrace those seasons, take them on wherever you can. Now, I'm in sunny Southern California where we have sun most of the time, but I cherish a rainy day. I cherish an overcast, cloudy day to take on the morning slowly and have moments of reflection and quiet time and all that. And the crisp air will change, not as much as it does for some of you in other parts of the world, but taking advantage of those opportunities where I give permission for my mood to actually have some freedom, it's a beautiful thing. And I encourage you to do that too, because it's part of living. It's part of the life experience. It's part of our opportunity to embrace pieces of joy and fluctuation mood where it's actually healthy for us, to benefit us, to take on a new perspective in life. So get a hold of your moods, manage them well, create the happiest ones for yourself as much as you can every day, and you can manage the moods in your life. I'm Stacey Kumagai, your Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Linkronicity, blogspot.com, and go to Linkronicity.com for private coaching sessions. I hope you have a wonderful day.